If life is such a dream, then you know I'm living lucid. You gotta be like water, so you know I'm living fluid. If I talk about it, then you know that I'ma do it. And if I get a shot, then you know that I'ma shoot it. And if I'm gonna fall, I don't really need a cushion. If love, peace, and hope is really what I'm pushing, you gotta trust the process and surrender to the flow. Sunlight and water's all you really need to grow. I really live this shit, I don't do it off a show. Sunbathing, getting energy through my fro. Look at the bigger picture when you looking at your life. No such thing as wrong, no such thing as right. Peace and love, family, peace and love. It's your boy, Sunrise the Divine. Actually, let me put my glasses on. Let me feel a little saucy when I do it. Let me feel a little saucy. Okay, yes, it's Sunrise the Divine with Something New Under the Sun, episode 6, y'all. We made it to 6 episodes. We pushing halfway through a season. We looking good. We looking consistent. We feeling good. Last episode we had Mr. Snow. Mr. Snow came by. He dropped some wisdom. He dropped some bars. He dropped some love. We ended up talking about superpowers and whatnot. That was a good build. I'm excited for this week's build. I'm excited for every week's build. But yeah, I'm just really excited because we have a lot of our guests. Our guest is what makes this so fire. You feel me? And oh yeah, our guest just walked up right now. So yes, once again, this is Something New Under the Sun with Sunrise the Divine. And right now, I want to introduce the spiritual Bimbo. Hi. I speak a little bit closer. You can pull it by. So first off, just tell the people who you are, and just tell the people who you are.
Okay, so I'm a content creator. I do create adult content, but I also create spiritual content, and that's where Spiritual Bimbo comes in line. Just kind of, I like to express my self-development and my spirituality to people that wouldn't usually be looking for that on the internet. So, you know, you came for the thirst trap and then you left with something knowledgeable. So that's what I'm putting out there.
Okay. So it's kind of like, it's like what they say is like putting the medicine in the applesauce.
Yeah, planting the seeds.
Yeah, planting the seeds. They say you're either planting the seeds or watering the seeds.
Yeah.
And then we got Rogue. Then we got Rogue here. Rogue, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Okay, what's up? My name is
So speak a little close. Just a little close.
Get a little
we want to
intimate,
make sure we're here.
Yeah. I'm Rogue, and I'm a photographer. I follow along this lady on her adventures, help her document everything. Born and raised in LA, also spiritual, also sober, and
sober.
We're here to rock with everybody. Yeah.
Oh, okay. How long have you been sober?
Almost 5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
Wow, congratulations. Cue some claps, some snaps. And you said you were sober as well?
Yeah, for 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Goals. I'm about to put y'all on my vision board. So, yes, thank you for coming on the podcast, Something New Under the Sun. This is a podcast where we talk about new philosophies, ways of life, lifestyles, ideas that may be different or not spoken on in the mainstream narrative. And so we've had this is episode 6. Thank you for making it to episode 6. And we've had a variety of topics. But today what I wanted to tap on, I felt like we met it. Oh, here we go again. I'm about to say it's because every episode I didn't say Disclosure Fest. I'm like, they got promo every episode. We met at Disclosure Fest, right? So Disclosure Fest, a lot of things happen, y'all. As you could tell, a lot of things happened at Disclosure 22. And so we met at Disclosure Fest, and I forgot. Do you remember the guy's name who introduced us? Brandon.
That's who. Yeah, that was my homie that I was with, and we went and saw your set. And he knew I loved it, and I don't remember what. I guess he had met you maybe a second before.
We had just met after my set.
Okay.
Yeah, and so when I met you, and then you reached out and you was like, "Yo, we should create content together." I was like, perfect, you know. And the reason why is today's topic for Something New Under the Sun, I want to talk about bridging the gaps, right? Because I feel like me and you and your brand, they contrast, but they're doing the same thing, right? and people look at simultaneously a brand like mine and a brand like yours, and they don't expect what they get. You know what I mean? So like you said, you make adult content, but then you put the medicine in there. You're like, okay, you came here for a thirst trap, but then you didn't know you might have went down the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole, and now you second guessing and thinking about everything, you know. And same kind of with the content I make. I make a lot of content, like where I got booked at Disclosure Plus, it was called Trap Chi. So it's basically like Tai Chi to trap music. You know, I make a lot of content influence from the hood. You know what I mean? This is where I grew up. I grew up in the hood. Been to a bunch of different hoods growing up, and that part of culture has been ingrained in my life, you know. And so as I became more spiritual, I didn't really want to shy away from it. And so I make a lot of content that will appeal to people who are in the hood and all of that. But at the same time, when you hear it, when you get it, when you see it, like you say, I'm putting that medicine in the applesauce, and you're eating from the content. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I felt like we're both doing that. You know what I mean? We're both taking the spirituality to realms that isn't used to seeing spirituality, right? And so I just wanted to ask you, how has your journey been being the spiritual Bimbo and doing that, and like how has that journey been for you?
So it didn't start out that way, you know. I had my awakening I think like 3 years into doing adult content. Yeah. And there was like a point that, you know, I was kind of just like doing the bare minimum and like, you know, doing sadhana all day and just like doing whatever. And then I went and did ayahuasca, and I had this ping afterwards that was like, you should really focus on OnlyFans. Like, it's going to change your life. Yeah. And so I did. And, you know, through all of it, like, I've always been very committed to my spiritual practice. And I would say at some point last year, I was just like, wow, I'm really just like the spiritual Bimbo, you know? Because it's like people look at me and like, and that's like the joke is a Bimbo too, because I'm not dumb at all. You know? So it's like kind of, I guess I'm like catfishing everybody.
No, it's good. It's good. I like it. I like it. Yes, because, you are very wise, right? You are very wise. You are very educated. You are very self-aware. And I think just your existence, you feel me, is changing the narrative. All of our existence is changing the narrative. How's your journey been capturing everything and being behind the camera?
I mean, to start off, my diet has completely changed.
Oh, yeah? Talk about it.
The self-care influence is real with this one over here. Yeah. I mean, just even seeing your growth, like, since we've been working together is crazy, and like also our growth together. And I think it's so cool too, like in your work life and your personal life, when you align with people who have the same like energy as you, you both progress so much, and like your career and your goals so much quicker. And I feel like she's my reminder every time I drive to her house and we meet up, because we like work together like twice a week. Okay. I feel like it like boosts my like serotonin levels so much, and like we leave feeling so productive, and like this week it was a hard week, and I was nervous to come down, and we have a big week ahead, and the second I stepped in, I was like, oh wait, no, like I'm boosted up, I'm ready.
We're such a vibe.
Tell the people where y'all based out of.
I'm in San Diego, and she literally lives down the street.
Oh, okay. Okay, so y'all right there. Okay, that's what's up. What else y'all got going? Y'all say y'all got a big week. What's
Dharma Glow, baby, and ATL.
Oh, yeah, Dharma Glow, ATL. That
hard
is
a first,
oh, yeah, we're going to Hard Summer tomorrow. Multifaceted.
Yeah. What's Hard Summer?
It's a music festival.
It's a music festival?
Yeah,
where
like just in San Bernardino.
Oh, man, I wasn't even here. Okay, so we met at a festival. So you festivaled out. You going to the festivals a lot.
I go to the spiritual ones. I go to the like EDM ones. I like it. So, I mean, I used to go to a lot of festivals, like, I'm 32. So, like, 10 years ago, like, EDM and everything, so I wasn't into spirituality then. And then just this year, you know, like, I'm single, and I'm just, like, just living my best life or whatever, you know? And, like, also, I've really been focusing on my YouTube, so I'm, like, I can vlog everything. People love the experiences, and I'm just, like, I just want to, you know, take this time because I know at some point in life, like I'm going to be settled down and not be able to travel as much. So
Yeah.
I've been really inspired by the music.
Yeah.
That's why we're here, you
Yes,
know?
yes.
So I'm just like, I booked, you know, a bunch of different stuff at like Red Rocks
Yeah.
and just, you know, I think we're going to Florida later this year.
Okay.
And just
See Orlando.
What part? Orlando?
Orlando, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm about to hit up, what, Universal or what?
Well,
Disneyland,
after,
maybe.
yeah, we're going to Disney World after,
Disney
yeah, because
World,
she's never
okay.
been to Disney World. But yeah, there's EDC Orlando out there,
Mm-hmm.
and we just went to Global, but it was so beautiful because I had kind of a weird experience at EDC,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like my first big event, kind of going like sober and just like kind of into like my older life,
Mm-hmm.
and I experienced that and realized like I didn't have the right intentions going in.
Okay.
And so this last festival, like I literally like wrote down like these amazing intentions,
Yeah.
and like during like I think it was Lane 8 or Above and Beyond.
Lane 8 for sure.
Yeah, it's probably Lane
It
8.
was Lane 8.
I literally just had
You
this
had
like
the awakening.
awakening again,
Yeah.
where I just like to like just like meditate of just like taking like all the energy and like just like allowing the music to be like healing and like
Uh-huh.
transmuting like all the weird vibes that like might be there. And
Yeah.
I'm like, it's so healing, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's like you can go like a lot of people are on drugs, a lot of
Uh-huh.
people are doing their thing, you know,
Where's
but
the
it's
after party?
where's the after party to us
Right.
because we look like we party,
Yeah.
you know?
The
I
amount
feel
of
like
people
that's
who
just
came
a
up and
guy's
asked us.
that's a guy's soft intro
Yeah.
into continuing a conversation with a girl after the thing is over. That's like, what can I say? That's
Yeah.
not aggressive, but
Yeah.
kind of forward.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I know you're going somewhere. Where the after? I'm guilty of using the after party like myself. Be like, what y'all getting
Yeah,
into?
music's blasting like, hey, I'm gonna be inserts address.
Yeah,
here
inserts
afterwards.
address.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one guy, she's like, I'm going home and going to sleep. He like left and came back. He's like, okay, well, I found the after party.
Yeah,
Like,
he
we're
said, I
still
found the after
sleeping.
party. Oh, we got my guy Energy just came
Yay!
in.
It's a
Energy
party.
is in the building. Oh, watch the monitor.
Tiana does this.
Yeah,
Oh my
Tiana
God.
does do
Smooth
that.
intro.
Hey.
Tiana's much
We gonna get
shorter than
a
I
we gonna get
am.
a slide under there, make it
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah,
like
make
the
it fun.
like the workers
You
at
get
Google.
a prize underneath the
Yeah.
table or something when you
Yeah,
make
you
it.
can scratch it, maybe a scratch and sniff under the
Right,
table.
right. Have some fun. You still down there, huh? What you doing? What
Yes,
you
yes.
What's up? Welcome. How you guys doing?
Welcome. This is my co-host Energy. Capital N, capital R, capital G.
Okay.
He's a man of many names.
Yeah.
Many names.
But right here, he's energy. He's energy. And we were just talking about bridging the gap. You know, finding spirituality in places where you don't find it.
Yeah.
And we were
Yes.
talking about the festival life.
hmm
Have you been to a festival before?
I mean, the ones that you've
Oh yeah, the
performed
one
at.
Woo!
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I have. I mean, the festival vibe is a good vibe. I mean, you got people out there who's like, you know, music is something super therapeutic, and not
Yeah.
only are you getting
Yep.
the music aspect, you're getting all these other, you know, accoutrements
Yeah.
that help, you know, add
Wait, hold on, wait. Say that again. Say that just one more time. We're gonna make it a word if it's not a word.
accoutrements. It's like
Accoutrements.
yeah, it's like the what is it? Then it's like the amenities.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you look at the hotel, you want to see what they got,
The
you know. So
accoutrements.
the accoutrements are the amenities, you know. So it's like you get to the festival.
My mind's going many places.
You about to have me. I know you about to have me sounding educated or dumb. I'm about to be there. Excuse me. I was looking for the accoutrements.
Sir, you're getting arrested. Stop. no, bro. But it's like I think festivals, I mean, I don't even know if it does it justice because I don't have that much experience with them, but they're just so much more than just music, you know?
Yeah.
So there's all these other added components that make it that's just that much more fun, right? So it's like you're going with your friends and you get there, you do a little shopping,
It's
you
like
know,
the
get a couple of
culture.
outfits.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's someone there.
Self-expression, too.
Yeah, someone there reading cards and shit like
Yeah.
that, telling you some tarot shit. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is some good vibe, you know?
Yeah.
Sunrise, like, so the last one that I remember doing, or the one that we went to was Disclosure Fest.
Yeah, we do it again.
Yeah.
You would have thought this podcast was brought to you by Disclosure Fest as
You
many
would've
times
thought
as we
so.
say it.
Well, I mean, my guy Ox, he did Coachella too. You know, he did
shout
it.
out, we did Coachella.
Hey,
No flex.
Okay.
We did, you know, just our own independent
Yes.
stuff. But the festival vibe is always cool because it's like, yeah, man, we get to like, there was a weed meditation.
marijuana,
marijuana,
meditation, Darian,
yeah.
she gonna get on here with
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, man, you can't, those experiences you can't trade for anything else. Like festival doesn't even do it justice the way all the stuff that you're gonna actually get into and like what type of experience you're gonna have.
Yeah.
So
Right.
And then like the people that you meet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, well, we're talking about because like at well, actually no, I saw more tits at Disclosure than I would
Yeah.
at an EDM one.
Yeah.
So just in general,
there
where
was
it's
some
like,
titties out at Disclosure.
Oh, there
I
was.
was there for
There
it.
was actually, I think someone was trying to stop the titties and more
Who?
titties came out. Somebody tried to stop the titties.
Yeah.
I think
What
there was
happens when you try and stop the
well,
titties?
Yeah.
2 titties came out,
Multiply.
and then someone was like, "Oh, there's kids around here." FOMO titties came out.
I know.
Soon as someone was like, "Don't be doing that," there's people. Everyone's like, "Ah, well, fuck it
Yeah.
then. I'm supporting my girl." You know.
Yeah.
It's one thing I don't know. Maybe they don't go to festivals. I feel like they're at a festival. You might as well. You
festival
wasting your
culture.
breath
Yeah.
telling
Telling you when to do
somebody
anything.
to put their shirt on or
Yeah.
put your titties away. It was funny. So Disclosure Fest was the 3rd festival of the year. I just did my 4th festival this previous weekend, Love Long Beach. We had Trap Cheat Air, but it was so funny that you say that because we're still normalizing everything, and I'm mature. But it was just funny to me when I looked up and I seen a girl topless because I had seen that same girl
Yeah.
at Lightning in the Bottle just a couple months before. And so when I looked up, I'm like, oh, I know them titties.
Yeah, I know them titties. I seen
know
them titties.
I seen them before. Oh, she here too. It was like, I was like, okay. I like the culture. And everybody was
Love
normal.
it.
You already
And I
know
was-
what outfit she wearing. Yeah. I seen your outfit at the last one. Yeah.
Yeah, and she was doing the same thing. She was like with the hula hoops, and people have their own little bow staffs, and
Yeah.
sometimes
Fire stick.
little
Yeah.
fire sticks. So I was like, what a vibe! Like
It is
let's
an interesting
normalize
vibe.
it.
Yeah.
It is an interesting vibe because in that same park you will be arrested for that.
Yeah, in that same park
In that
next week.
same park next
Yep.
week you will be
Yeah.
arrested for that very same thing. I've seen it. I mean, there's plenty of
it's
houseless
just
people who
like
live over
a
there.
different world that you go into. But because with the festival we went to in Colorado was her first. Well,
First,
she went to Rolling Loud, and we don't like to count that because she had a bad time. But it's like her
Okay.
first like EDM, and then Dharma Glow will be her first like spiritual festival.
Yeah.
So it was like interesting to see, like, because I was like, it's all about like the people and like the energy that was like brought into it. But it's like interesting to see how the California energy will be tomorrow, and it's
People knew
also
we were from LA at the festival.
yeah,
They were like, you're from LA?
it was kind of wild. Like everyone came up to us and like grateful to express that energy. But I'm not even kidding. Like 50 people came up to us to take a picture or to say hi. No conversations.
We're on
nothing.
the cover of some magazine.
We're on the cover of some magazine. Like it was
Candid
wild.
as fuck, just like
Right.
walking
Yeah.
through the.
Literally candid, like laying down on the ground.
And it was interesting because it's just I guess Denver's a different vibe.
Yeah.
So they're just like, whoa, these Cali girls,
Yeah.
like doing their thing. But I'm just like, I'm not gonna downplay the person that I am or how I like to express myself. You know,
Yeah.
because like I do like to dress kind of slutty.
Yeah.
Like I don't see it that way, but
Yeah.
other people do. But I'm like, this is just like.
Is it spiritual slutty though? Is it still slutty, or is it like slutty with
I
a
mean,
purpose?
everything's slutty.
It should always be slutty with a purpose.
Slutty with-
Oh, everything's slutty with a purpose. My bad. That's the bare minimum.
I mean, yeah, depending where I'm going, you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Disclosure, I was like, I'm not gonna be wearing like a bikini, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm trying to chill, and it was like a daytime thing too. But I think it's just expressing myself and just like how do I like to be, and like it's hot too. I'm not wearing a fucking
Yeah.
sweater.
It's
guys.
mad.
Like
Yeah.
I'm good. Like
Yeah.
we chilling.
Right.
I like to personally walk around a lot of places with my shirt off. I'm
Yeah.
like all the
do
time.
that.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like normalize free to nipple. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I've been to my friend Rochelle hosted this event in 2019. It was called Nude, right? So it was basically a whole bunch of exotic fruit.
Oh,
A whole
no more.
Yeah,
I
I know. Like, and it's like I was learning when I say exotic fruit, we wasn't talking about apples and oranges.
Yeah.
Even them classics. It was like rambutans and all of
Dragon
them.
fruit.
Yeah,
Durians.
dragon fruit and like
Yeah.
fruit that you got to learn about if you just grew up on the
You can't
standard
just open
American.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just.
There's rules to fruit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Levels
You trying
to
to
the
bite
top.
into it? No, that ain't even how you get into it like that. That ain't even how you open it.
Right. So it was just a bunch of fruit. That was what was being served. And then they had these stations where basically I would call them pose stations where somebody could come and you could just like go there and strike a pose. But the whole event, everybody was nude. And yeah, and it was normalized.
Yeah.
And this was from the spiritual community. It was like people who are conscious. And even though it was from the spiritual community, when I heard of it, I was like, I wonder how this is going to go.
Yeah.
And then, because even in the spiritual, we still people, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We still people with bodies and hormones.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, interesting. And so I went, and it was just a vibe. Like, everybody, you would have thought we was in goddamn the Garden of Eden. So everybody was walking around just chilling. And it was so cool because we all had a pad with pens and papers, and so there would be certain people just striking poses, and then you'd be like eating fruit, smoking on some 420, just sketching a random person just posing for a little bit, then they get up and go somewhere else. And then like there was performances and stuff. But that was my first time experiencing nudity normalized. Nudity without sexualization.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was normal. Everybody was naked, but because everybody was naked, it wasn't a thing.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
And the intention.
Yeah,
it's all about the intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that was very clear. Like, when they marketed it and promoted, they were very clear because, you know, you're like, nude. You see a flyer that's like, nude. Like, what do you mean? You know? And so, yeah, I like these festivals because, like we said, it's like a pop-up world. It's like a new community. Like you said, at the same park where the festival was, if a woman was walking around the next week when that festival wasn't there, she'd have probably been arrested.
You would have been arrested.
For sure.
It's a place that you can express yourself and nobody cares because everyone's just doing their own thing. Like, I love just seeing like different costumes and just, like just all the different energy.
Different subgenres too.
Yeah, the different subgenres.
Yeah, you do got subgenres. It's like, and that's more with the topic of today, like bridging the gap, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like,
you got the goth fairies coming out and the all black, the greaser fairies coming out, to the festivals.
The spirituality.
Festivals for everybody.
Yeah, festivals for everybody. You find like, oh, I didn't know that community had spiritual people in there. I didn't know the mechanics. I didn't know there were spiritual mechanics. That was just, you know what I mean? It's just, you see
bedazzled overalls coming in. Oh, this is
so
nice.
funny
Get your oil change.
I was in like this spiritual group, and it was all like big buff dudes who were like 6'5" and straight out of prison.
Yeah.
And they all just would sit in a circle and meditate together. And it was like it was all these like punk dudes. Like you would never expect it, but like it was like their special niche community to where they all met up and just meditated together.
That's
It's
dope.
like you would never
That's
know.
dope.
Yeah.
That's like some of the, some of the biker gangs. Some of the biker gangs look mad aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
But then their name is like the kids' angels, and they're like, we stop abductions every day, all day, and they're like, whoa, I thought you were the abductors. You know what I mean?
Abductors.
They're like, no, we've saved 35 kids this year. We're the kids' angels, and you're like, whoa, okay. It's like you can't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I feel like these festivals, and they're popping up, and they're coming here longer and longer. You know, I feel like they're gonna end up being like a city. Like there's just gonna be like, festival commune, because Coachella's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Coachella's 2 weeks. That's a half month.
Yeah.
We're moving to a place they might be like, oh, Coachella's going a month.
It's all week too.
Well, there's like rainbow festivals and like family gatherings. Have you heard about these? Like where they last about a week. You know, they're like in the middle of a forest somewhere or like in a desert somewhere, and they travel from state to state. Yeah. And they hold these festivals where they do something similar to like Burning Man, but in all these different states. And they have a community, they have, repeat, volunteers and family and stuff like that. So where, they pretty much leave the city for like a whole month and to participate in like this Keebler Elf, festival situation.
I don't know if I like it that long.
That long? So you would have like a limit.
Because even when I went and traveled in like Europe and Asia, it's like 5 weeks, and I'm like, I would have been done after like 2.5. Like I love experiencing things, but like I also love my life.
Right,
So
right. I want to get back home.
Yeah. And it's like I know I could be, productive anywhere, and that's not like, like probably like toxic masculinity coming in, but it's like I like to live my life, not like feel like I need to always escape from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what's your routine like? Like let the people know your day to day. Like what? Maybe there's no routine. Just let the people
right.
know. What's the routine? Oh, she said, "Oh, you want to know?"
You want to know?
She about to.
Every morning. Okay, if like I'm at home, I'm not traveling, but no matter what, if I'm traveling, I'm meditating. But like if I'm at home, I'm meditating for an hour. I am journaling. I have like some books I read. I don't do tarot, but it's like an activation deck. I'm doing the gym, and then I either have like appointments or I'm doing content creation or both. And eating good, raw vegan.
Yeah. Okay.
And and then at night, taking a walk, winding down, and that's it,
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Rogue? What's your?
I do love my sleep. While she meditates, I sleep.
That's meditative.
Yeah.
That's how I'm healing. But then I like to sit in bed for. I mean, I guess it's like a half meditation, half sleep. But then I just sit and I, get my thoughts together. I like to sit out in the sun in the morning when I'm at home.
Okay.
I eat. I try and consume some sort of content that's art related because, like I said, I'm a photographer. So something that inspires me. I like to create different mood boards that kind of push me into the direction where I want to go with my work. A lot of gratitude. Try and call someone I love.
Aww.
Put that out there every day. Mindful eating, mindful cooking. I feel like that's something that's really been key in my routine recently is mindful cooking. Thanks to this one over here, getting me all into the colorful plates.
Okay,
of
so
salads.
tell the people what's some of the meals we some
be
of your
juicing
favorites.
like crazy.
We be juicing.
Dang.
Juicing.
We need to get back on the
Salads.
juice.
We need to get back on the
Crazy
juice.
good juices.
Yeah. So,
I love a
just
cold press.
It's okay, because we went to Tulum and I was not being raw vegan at the time. I was just being
We're going a little crazy.
cooked gluten free, and so we're checking out all the spots and everything. But with me, I'm always health conscious. I think it's just in general of realizing what you're ingesting has so much effect on you. And it's that's when she said her diet. I was like, and that just ain't food, you know? There's so much more to it, and it's I actually listened to your whole album this morning when I was getting ready.
Did?
Yeah.
I did when I'm downstairs cleaning. I'm like, oh, there it is.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Plug Sounds of Rock. Go get Sounds of Rock out right now.
So
It's streaming everywhere. We got more projects on the way. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. That's I meant to say earlier, literally just such a vibe. That's why I have not reached out to anyone like that. I was just I just got into the fact of oh wow, there's spiritual music that doesn't sound like shit, and your stuff slaps, you know. So it is that like you said, that that hood inspiration, but bringing in the non-violence and just good energy. Yeah. And it's oh wow, this still sounds good. So it's that, and then we listen to dubstep and just EDM the whole time here. So so it's literally is that bridge, and just we're multifaceted, and we can enjoy the 3D world and still be expressing from the 5D reality,
exactly,
you know?
Exactly. That's one of the main things I wanted to that the ideas that I was pushing for this episode is wherever there are like-minded people, no matter what type of vibration you're on, no matter what you're into, there are like-minded people in every community. And I've seen this through festivals. I've seen this through traveling. We've been touring all year, and I just really wanted to push that message because I feel so you're on my podcast, I'm going to be on your YouTube channel. And when I was thinking about it, I feel our audiences don't even know each other.
Yeah.
Right? I feel our audiences is one right there and one right there. And I'm but that's amazing.
Yeah.
Because that's bringing awareness to each other. It's oh, okay, I didn't know there were like-minded people over there on the West End or over there on the East End. And so, yeah, that's just amazing. Thank you for selling your routine. What's your routine, Energy? What's your routine? Tell the people your routine.
I open my eyes and I say, damn it.
No.
I'm here again. The pills didn't work. No, I'm just playing.
He's a comedian, y'all. If y'all don't know, he's a comedian.
I wake up upset and mad at the world every day, wanting to burn it down. No, I smoke a little weed.
That's good.
I smoke a little weed. I take a shower. I mean, I would like to get back into a meditative routine. I feel I've been out of it. I feel I can be really meditative You know, we were just talking about in the last episode how we went to this 10-day retreat. 11-day retreat.
11,
silent
yeah.
day, silent meditation.
I've done a 3-day.
Oh,
You done
okay,
the 3-day
cool. Awesome.
Vipassana?
Yeah.
The one silent, right?
Well, you can only do the 3 after you did the 10. So you probably what type of 3-day was it? Any?
It was a Joshua tree. It was a Buddhist silent meditation retreat.
Okay.
Through Against the Stream.
Oh, cool. That sounds dope.
Okay, yeah, that is dope. Yeah, so the one we went to is called Vipassana.
Yeah.
And and what was you saying? You said
I was just talking about how, yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with a meditative practice, but I feel like I've slipped out of it. Maybe like the past year, I haven't really been as dedicated to it as I could be.
yeah.
So I feel like now I just wake up like angry at the world and upset and just like, let me smoke some weed.
I've literally meditated every single day for the last 3 years.
Oh, that's good.
Like even like flight, surgery, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'm at least meditating like 10 minutes, but like most of the time, like I said, an hour. The other day it was like 2 hours and an hour later in the day.
Yeah, and you said you were also sober for the past 3 years as well.
Yes.
So the meditation help?
100%. So yeah, I got sober before that, and then like I quit cold turkey smoking cannabis, and I have gone on and off of smoking cannabis in the last 3 years, but everything else I haven't drank in 4 years. But even with that, like I know my high, I literally just quit smoking again like a couple days ago, but I'm just like, I know I can function this way, but I know my highest version of myself is not smoking all the time. Like it has its purpose and can have its intention, but like just having that like clear connection with yourself and like with source and everything, it's like I realize that everything that I feel like I get from cannabis, I can 100,000,000% I can get from within. And I don't like creating that barrier where like, but I get all these downloads when I'm high. But it's like, no, I can get that when I'm just like clear-minded and I'm eating clean and just like showing up for myself and like mindful movement and all of that, you know? So, but yeah, meditation is the answer to fucking everything, guys.
Yes.
Like, and you don't have to, everyone's like, you meditate for an hour. I'm like, dude, because this is my thing. You know, like I used to be really into breath work. And that was the thing with ayahuasca. It was like the ping of like silent meditation is your thing. And I just started doing these long ass silent meditations. And that's where like I just get my mind right. And like this morning, because like we mentioned, we have a lot of stuff going on the next 2 weeks. And I just kind of had like anxiety this morning. Like familiar friend, I used to wake up being like, you know, impending doom of everything. And I felt it. I didn't, there was nothing in my mind of it, but I just felt it in my body. And then like, you know, I did my meditation and just like melted it away and like, you know, just focused on the good and just the nothingness like within, the nothingness and the everything, you know, that the support that we have from the universe, that everything is, you know, fine.
Ooh, bars. Y'all heard that? Everything is fine. All right. Well, this episode, we don't have as much time as we would like, but we still got a lot of power-packed building in this episode. But before we head out, if you had to tell the people one or two things, or what would you leave the people one or two things that you say straight from your philosophy that would help them with their life?
Ooh, okay. Don't take shit so seriously. For one, we're meant to have fun. Like life is literally, it's a fucking simulation. Like this is a video game. And take care of yourself.
Okay.
Like we're gonna have these bodies forever. Like don't treat it like trash. Don't wait till tomorrow to start meditating. Like do it now. Like we have, you know, they say you only have so much time in the day. We have a lot of time in the day. Like in reality, like I think like, oh, how long did I spend looking at Instagram? I literally could have been meditating. But with that, don't be hard on yourself and don't judge yourself, you know, for like slipping up. Just don't use it as an excuse to continue to spiral into it, and just, you know, do better and love yourself through all of it, through the ups, the downs, and the sideways. You know, like we're all here, man.
Sideways.
Like, we're all cute humans doing the best we can. So.
Okay, Rogue, what you got? What you gonna lead the people with?
Create. Even if you're not an artist, creating is the best form of therapy. It doesn't matter if it's writing, cooking, you know, photos, videos, sculpting. It doesn't have to be for anyone but yourself. When I was going through a dark time, someone gave me this advice because I do art as like my form of living. They're like, you need to make something every day that no one will ever see, because then you're truly creating for yourself. And it's not for anyone else but you. It's truly your therapy. And so I mean, in any form, write a song. Make sure no one ever hears it. That's just for you. So that's my advice. Create.
I love
Dang.
that.
Well, I got hella jokes ain't nobody ever heard. So I think I'm working. I think I'm working for me, actually. You know how much material I got that I ain't been able to do? No, I'm just playing.
Energy.
No,
what
that's
would you
powerful.
lead the people with?
That's powerful. Encouragement. Encouragement and support. A lot of people have people that they have access to who's full of encouragement, who's full of support. And I feel like a lot of times we feel like those things don't exist or they're not in our sphere. You know, a lot of somebody doesn't see what we're doing, you know. So I feel like acknowledge those creators, you know, acknowledge yourself and be willing to receive support.
Powerful. Okay. And what would I leave the people?
Third eye comes
Y'all know what I would leave the people. A deep breath. We're going to take a deep breath as a tribe.
Okay.
In through the nose, out of the mouth. As a tribe in 3, 2, 1. All right. And with that being said, or breathed.
That being breathed.
And that being breathed. It's been something new under the sun. Episode 6. Episode 6. Shout out to Def Noodles Studios. Shout out to Dennis behind the scenes. Shout out to Energy. Shout out to Spiritual Bimbo. Shout out to Rogue coming through. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming through. And real quick before we get out of here, tell the people where we can find you.
IneedBella.com has all of the links that you need.
and I made the site.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Rogue, hit the site up. Yeah.
Hit Rogue if you need a site. You know what I mean?
And for me, Glitter Flick everywhere as well.
Glitter Flick.
Yep.
Dope.
Glitter Flick. I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a game tag name. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Glitter
yeah.
Flick.
She shot me again. Glitter Flick, respawn. God damn it.
And that's a wrap, y'all. Love and light. Remember the breath. Peace.